Rangers of Shadowdeep by Joseph A. McCullough. We're going back, well, we're not quite into the Shadowdeep yet. That's the point of today's little adventure. We are doing Scenario 1 of Mission 3, Descent into Darkness, The Broken Stair. Joe wants me to build a table that looks like this, but he wants a table that's 2.5 by 2.5, and I've only got 2 feet deep by 2.5 feet long, so I'm going to go like this. These four handsome fellows are the after-school specials. Our hero is Thundar the Barbarian. That's this fellow right here. You see he's got a magic sword. It's not actually magic. His friend Ariel is a sorcerer. She's not a very good fighter, but she does have a few useful spells. This is Ukla the Mock. He's a big barbarian guy. And over here is He-Man. Now, He-Man's country is called Eternia, and it has been swallowed up by a reality cancer called the Shadowdeep. Our heroes are trying to learn about the Shadowdeep, and they have discovered that the watchtower, like in the last episode, they fought their way through a watchtower that had fallen to the evil that's down the stairs. These dominoes that you see here are actually a flight of stairs. The entire table is tilted about 60 degrees in that direction. Our heroes are going to start on that end of the stairs, and they just have to get across the table. That is complicated by the fact that there are these giant flies zipping all around, and by the fact that if they move off the stairs, there's a very good chance that they will fall and hurt themselves. For those of you who are unaware, sometimes I bring a helper in to help with my videos, and I would like you to meet my e-girl. Say hi, e-girl.
Hello.
So we're going to be playing a solo game together tonight, okay?
Yeah.
As I said, our heroes begin on the left side of the table, and they have to get to the right side of the table. The table is tilted. These are the stairs. As long as they move on the stairs, they can move at their regular speed. Off of the stairs, their speed is slowed by half. Because of the slickness of the stairs and the steepness, if they try to move twice in the same turn, they have to make a climb check. And if they fail, there's a chance that they will fall and take damage. The same thing will happen if they're in combat. Why would they be in combat? Well, as I said, there are giant flies on each of these 3 mushrooms. The way the turn order works, our hero is going to go. That's Thundar the Barbarian. And you know Thundar the Barbarian from the cartoon, right?
No.
I'm gaming with Philistines. Somebody has failed to imbue the proper spirit of cultural literacy in his daughter. We're going to correct that soon, all right? It's a great cartoon. So our hero is going to go, and he can take 2 companions with him. Then all of these flies are going to swarm, and then the last hero that we left behind will come along for the ride. If we can get a hero adjacent to one of these mushrooms and spend an action throwing a torch, burning it up, no more flies will spawn. Ask me when the flies spawn.
When they get to the middle.
No, that's a good guess. We have a deck of cards over here. These are random events. At the end of every turn, we'll turn over a card. Mostly, it's flies crawling out of these holes and attacking. These are giant flies. These are like flies the size of your head, okay?
Like horse flies, but bigger.
They're like hippo flies. So, there's a chance more appear. If we burn one of these holes, no more flies will appear in that hole, all right? And I think with all of that, we're just about ready to start our game. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, and we'll kind of go over the rules a little bit as we go. To start each turn, we can move our hero and up to 2 companions. I think we should just move 1 on this first turn. Let's start by moving He-Man up 6 inches. Everyone can walk 6 inches, like so. So move him up to the front of the ruler, if you would, please. And then our hero, do we want him to move? So he'll move 6 inches as well. Now, do we want either of these guys to run?
Thundar will run. On a 5 or higher, he does not fall.
Okay, so roll that die. And we got an 11, so he's fine. And do we want to move him just straight down the stairs to right here?
Yeah.
Okay, now, that's the end of our ranger phase. Now the enemies get a vote. Our flies will follow a set, it's called an algorithm, it's just a pattern. They will use their first action to move towards the nearest hero. This fly, furthest away, and there's probably some order to the way these things work. I think it's probably the closest. Now, this fly is very close to our heroes. You can see them there, but he can't see those heroes. He can only see Ariel and Ukla way off on the stairs. So I'm going to fly him over, zip, and then he's going to use his second action to move towards the nearest hero. So we'll show the people what that looks like here in a second. What about this fly? Can this fly see anyone?
Yes, he can see Thundar.
So we move him, so his first action is 6 inches. And by the way, because they fly, they can move at normal speed across the rough going. Then he will use his second action to do likewise, and he will end his activation here. And what about this fly? Can this fly see any of our heroes?
Yes, he can. Thundar.
Thundar? Well, he'll move to here, and at this point now, they move to the nearest hero they can see. Thundar is the nearest hero, so it will move 3 inches to here, and it will stop. And that's going to be it for the creature phase. Now we have to go back to Ariel and Ukla.
Ariel is going to move 6 inches and then take a shot at that fly.
So we check the range. It's at short range. Now, you're at -1 because you moved. Otherwise, it's just a straight roll-off, okay?
Okay.
So whoever rolls higher, good things happen. So you rolled a 6, and I rolled a 6. Wait, you rolled a 9, and I rolled a 6, so you won. Then we have to subtract the fly's armor from your successful roll. You actually, it's an 8. The fly has an armor of, where are you? 6. So you do 2 damage to the fly, and we'll mark that with a d6. It takes 5 damage to kill a fly, and I'm going to put a little red die marking number 2 for the 2 hits that he's taken. Now it's Ukla's turn, and Ukla is going to race to her rescue and stop right there, isn't he?
Yep.
The next thing we have to do, the last order of business, is draw a card, and we get the Jack of Hearts. Now, it's not clear to me whether I should have all one suit, or if in the list of random events, it just says red cards. So I have a total of 24 cards here. I have all the red cards from Ace through Queen, which means some of these events may occur twice. That may be different from how other people have played this on the YouTubes, but I don't care. This scenario may be really easy if I get a lot of easy cards. It may be really hard if I get a lot of hard cards. Let's find out what the Jack does. Landslide. Pick 2 random characters, and I'm going to roll a d4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I get a result of a 2. So Ukla and He-Man both take a +2 attack. Here's your die. You are rolling for the heroes. I'm rolling for the landslide. This is a +2 shooting attack. I have a +2 to my roll. I got a 12. You got a 7. Now, because I won, we have to look at the armor for each of our heroes. And we're doing Ukla first. So Ukla has an armor of 10. He takes 2 damage. And because he took damage, there's a chance he falls down the stairs. Make another climb check, and you need to get an 8 or better.
Oh, no, okay.
And with a 9, he is going to be just fine. So he just took the 2 damage. He has a total of 14 health. He's pretty tough. I'll mark those down. But before I do that, let's go ahead and roll off for He-Man as well. I got a 7. If you can beat a 7, 16, He-Man's fine.
For the Ranger phase, He-Man is going to attack this other fly.
All right, we're going to leave him. Now, bear in mind, this is we're going to feel free to move the dominoes a little bit so our guys can stand up. He has charged, and he's going to use his second action to attack, right?
Yes.
Thundar has a... Oh, I have a separate sheet for him because he's pretty tough. He's got a fight +4. So you roll, and you add 4 to your roll, and the flies don't add anything. I got a 12, and you got a 1, which means I won by a total... Oh, that's a fumble. That means something. I stand corrected. A 1 is an automatic failure, but it's not like a fumble or anything like that. Because I scored a 12, Thundar has an armor of 10. I do 2 points of damage. And what does that mean for Thundar?
He has to...
Make a climb check. You need a 5 or better, or you will fall 2 inches that way and take 2 additional damage. So you failed. So you've taken a total of 4 damage, and you move 2 inches down the way, and you've fallen. I think you need to spend an action to stand up at that point. Now we are still on our companion phase, so you said we want to bring He-Man up to whack on this fly as well, correct?
Yes.
So roll your die, and He-Man has a fight plus... what's He-Man's fight plus? He-Man has a fight +4. He's a pretty tough guy. So you get a +4, so 17 to 13. You win. The fly has an armor of 6. What is 17 minus 6?
17 minus 6 is 11.
So the fly goes squish now. And I need to mark down that good old... That's 2 experience points for He-Man. So I'll write that down, and then that is the end. Do we want to use one more action for our companions? We can do that. Do you want to move Ariel another 6 inches down the road?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Where's the ruler?
The ruler
I've lost it once again. I have a green one that will work until we find the blue one. So we move her 6 inches to here, and that will be the end of our... Now, Ukla still has to go. But the nice thing is, our camera's already set up. This fly is going to move into contact with Ukla, and it's going to fight him. So here's your blue die. Ukla has a fight plus 4, I think. Ukla's fight plus 4. Yep. So you roll, you're at plus 4. I got a 22, you got a 16. I won, and with a 22, minus your armor of 11, I've done 11 damage to Ukla the Mock.
What?
That's right. So Ukla is down to just 1 hit point.
Uko's gonna die.
I don't think so. We have some things we can do. But it is, we do have a couple of other flies that have to go. This fly is closest to Thundar, and it's going to attack him. Now, Thundar is lying down, so Thundar fights at -2, +4, so he's only at +2 this time. And my fly rolls a 5, you roll a 21, and this fly is going to go... So even lying down on the ground, Thundar's pretty rough.
Yeah.
We have one more fly, don't we? We've killed 2. Oh, no, and then this one. So that's the end of the creature phase. Now Ukla gets to attack. So roll for Ukla with 1 hit point, and you're at +4. I score a 20, you score a 1, and you're right. Ukla just died. Oh, also Ukla's poisoned. He only has 1 attack.
Oh.
So Ukla is going to go down.
Hi, Ukla.
Sorry, bud. Now, he might not be dead. He might recover. At the end of the game, we're going to have to make a survival roll for him. But that definitely ends his turn, doesn't it? That's the end of turn number 2. So before we go on to turn number 3, we have to draw a card and find out what our next... So for a 6...
That means that 2 flies go on to each of these mushrooms.
So 1 on each of the mushrooms, and then we're on to turn number 3, where Thundar has to stand up, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then should we just move him the 6 inches down the road for his second action? Although I think he can only move 3 inches for his second action if he uses his first to stand up. The good news is he can move both of his companions now, right? So do we want to go ahead and move them both right now?
Yeah.
All right, but let's do this at least. Let's put He-Man right here, because that way he can draw aggro from this fly, and we can bring Ariel up to here, and she is within 7 inches of this fly. Should we attack him?
Yeah.
All right, you roll that one. I'll roll for the fly. The fly got, well, she got a 19, which beats the fly and does enough damage. So 19, it's a straight, but you subtract the armor of 6, she does 13 damage. So that is the next fly gets squashed.
Wow.
Now that's not another movement. That's just is that an action that triggers the climb check? Because come to think of it, he needs to make a climb check, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Trying to beat a 5, and with a 6 he does. So because he stood up, that was his first action.
Yeah.
Moving was the second action. We need to make a climb check for that, but he's fine. And then I think we're done with our heroes for this turn. The fly does not have a line of sight. Everybody's hiding behind this bush.
Yeah.
That means that our fly is going to move towards the target point. And in this scenario, the target point is the bottom of the stairs. So he's going to move to here first, and then he's going to see Ariel, and he's going to fly. He's going to use his second action to wind up right there. So can you put the fly right here, please?
Yes, I can.
That will be the end of the turn, because all of our companions and ranger have gone. So we turn over another card, and we check our record for red. And we'll show the people at home. For those of you playing along at home, the red 9 means...
2 more flies get placed on hole 3.
Oh my goodness. All right, so we're on turn number 4. I think, oh man, should we just race off and try to get off the table as fast as possible?
Yeah, it's kind of getting overwhelming now. But if they do that, they'll be in range with the fly.
Oh, yeah, there's 3 flies down there, aren't there? This is going to be tricky. You know, on that last turn, we forgot this fly over here.
Oh.
This one with 2 damage. He's going to fly 6 inches, and then another 3 will put him, like, right there. So he is within 1 inch of He-Man, and that, he's only got two problems. So that does kind of change the character of what we're going to do. Why don't we go ahead and just use He-Man? We're going to bring him over. He's within 1 inch. We're going to run up, and we're going to start by attacking this fly. We've got to go squish now, right?
Yeah.
So you're at +4. Why don't you try rolling that over here where we can see it? I got a 10, and you got a 10, so that's a tie. So they're going to stay locked in combat. Do we want to bring Thundar over to help, or should we just bring Thundar up to here where he can fight all these flies?
I feel like we move Ariel and Thundar to clear the pathway here.
All right, so do we want to bring Ariel? Let's bring Ariel first. She'll move to here, and then she will use her blaster to attack this fly here, okay?
Okay.
So you roll that, I'll roll this. I got an 8.
I got a 15.
15, so the difference of... So 15 minus 6 is 9, so Ariel kills another fly for 2 experience. And then we're going to stop right there. And then we'll bring Thundar down to here so he can guard her back because we know what's about to happen here, don't we? On the monster phase, these guys are clearly within 6 inches, so we'll bring 1 up. And you roll for Thundar. He's at +4. I'm at plus nothing. I got a 19. You got an 8. That score, subtract your armor of 10, becomes a 9 hit points to this guy.
Uh-oh.
Make your climb check. 5 or better. That's a 20. He's fine. He doesn't fall and take any more damage. If he did, he would have fallen right off the table.
Oh, no!
And he would have died. So that was a really important critical success on your part. The good news is Thundar has 10 hit points left. He starts with 19. He's pretty tough. The bad news is this second fly has a helper, so he's going to be rolling at +2. You roll for your damage, or for your attack. This time you get a 15. I get a 6. 15 minus 6 is 9. Yep. So this guy goes blorch. And finally, our hero ranger has killed one of the flies. That is almost the end of turn number 4. We do need to flip over a card, and on a red number 7, we get...
Place 1 on hole number 1 and hole number 3.
So 1 fly on number 1 and 1 fly on number 3. These are plastic flies. That one's not very good. I painted the wings, gave little red eyes, little white wings to help them show up a little bit better. I found them at a toy shop for like $3, or maybe ordered them on Amazon. Either way, those guys appear right now, and they'll be able to act on the next turn, which is turn number 5. And man, just when you thought it was safe to climb the stairs, we're in trouble. So it's the ranger phase. Thundar is in combat. He's got to fight this fly. That's his first action. He's at +4 now, so we got that going for us. 24 means this fly dies, so that's the second one that Thundar has killed. Now, he does have one more action. Do we want to move him down the road a little bit, or keep him where he is?
I feel like keeping him down the road is good.
If he moves, Ariel's going to get bit.
Okay, fine, then we'll stay him here.
So we'll leave him there. We can move Ariel right now, and she can teleport 9 inches, which will take her off the table. Do we want to do that?
Yeah.
So she is now safely off the table. Sorry, guys, with Ukla dead and our ranger at half health, normally we could run over here and extinguish this by throwing a torch down. I don't think we want to do that, do you?
No. We're being cowards here.
Not cowards, we're being smart. We're being judicious. This is the better part of valor. We do have He-Man yet to go. Let's go ahead and fight right now. And a 2 for you +4. Wait, you get a 6. Yeah. I get a 3. What's 6 minus 6?
6 minus 6 is 0.
So we do no damage. And that is the end of our turn. Now these flies get to go. Which fly would you like to do first?
I would like
He-Man or Thundar?
Thundar.
All right, so we'll move the fly over to Thundar and roll. You're at +4.
I get a 14.
I got less than that, so 14 minus 6. Wait, what's the armor of these flies? Let me double check that and make sure I'm doing this right. Giant flies, they have an armor of 6. So 14 minus 6 is
8.
They only have 5 health, so we get a 3rd kill for Thundar and his Sun Sword. Now He-Man is fighting the Superfly. So this is Jimmy Snuka, all right?
All right.
Yep, trust me. Try to roll it on the table so the viewers at home can see. Trust me, the Jimmy Snuka, our fans are going to think that's hilarious. Okay. So Superfly gets a 15, and you get a...
18.
No, you get a 22.
Oh.
22 minus 6 is enough to kill this fly that's down to 2. And that was the first action. Should we go ahead and risk... Oh, wait, we got one more fly here. Should we try to move the 1.5 inches down?
Yeah.
I don't think so. He's only got to climb. He'd have to... That's a toughness of 8.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have any climb skill. He's actually got a lot of health left. Do you want to try it?
No.
Okay. So on the fly's action, it's going to move 6 inches. He is within 6. And we have to do one more battle here for old He-Man at +4 to my... We'll take a mulligan on that. I have a total of 12, and you have a total of? 14 plus 4
is 18.
Minus the armor of 6 is 12, which is more than 5.
Yep.
I'm impressed that you know that. So, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I knew you knew that. So He-Man notches another fly, and that's 2 more experience for him. Oh, sorry, He-Man. What kind of reward is that? And that is not quite the end of the turn. We have to check our cards. We get a 4 of hearts.
One fly on hole 2.
Oh, that's not too bad. It's only 1 fly. I think we can deal with that. Now, the rain has started where we live. That means the rain has started on our table. Our toughness check for the climb, the stairs are now slick with rain. It's an extra +1. A -1 on our climb checks, okay?
Oh, yeah.
I always like to add a little real-world fun to my tabletop. So, we are now on to turn number 6. We have 4 turns left. And the good news is, let me move these dice out of the way. Old He-Man up here can race 6 inches down with his first action, and he has to roll a 9 or better if he wants to keep on trucking. Should we run him down another 1.5 inches?
Sure.
Oh, she's going to risk it. All right, roll it. Looking for a 15. He got it. Nice rolling, Tex. Actually, because he's on the stairs, he can still move an extra... Let's check the rules on that.
All right.
You do move the full... second move, so that is 3 inches, so he's fine.
Wow.
Thundar here, would you move him 6 inches to there, please?
Yep.
And now the question is, if we move 3 more inches, that will take him off the table. Do we leave He-Man behind, or do we pause right here just to make sure?
We pause. No man left behind.
I like the cut of your jib. That is the heroic way of doing things. Now, He-Man will still be attacked by this fly. He is, he's 7 inches away. So the fly has to use both of his actions to get into combat. I think that ends the fly's turn. That means we flip over another card. We are on a red 5.
And that means putting a fly on hole number 3.
It is our hero's turn. I guess we'll start with He-Man, since he's already locked in combat.
Yep.
You have a +4. I have a +0. 12 versus 15. Subtracting 6 for the armor gives us 9 hit points.
He's dead.
That is 1 dead fly. This is getting a little easier. Maybe we should just stand here and, like, XP farm, huh? We've got our... What do you call the thing in the crafting with the mines and the dungeon and the...
XP farm?
The XP farm, yes! We could do an We should have had little cages here. The giant fly cages, right? Do they have those in Minecraft?
No.
Oh, all right.
Just cobblestone and a bunch of other blocks.
Do they have a Minecraft miniature war game?
No.
Well, they should. We are on to... All right, now that's his first action. I think, can he move a second action? Should we move him 3 inches?
It's gonna be slippery.
We gotta get off the table. Oh, you know what? You're right. Toughness number 9. Let's just hold him right there.
Yeah.
You know what we can do? Why don't we bring Thundar up to here?
Yeah.
And I'll show you why. This is a little tricky, but this is the way solo wargaming works.
No, I get it.
By bringing him up to there, there's a chance that this fly, on the fly's turn, he's within 6 inches, so he's going to go attack He-Man one more time. First action brings him into contact. Second action is to fight. Here you go. You're at +4. I'm a little bit cocked. Let me re-roll that. I get a 5. You get a 23. That means the fly is gone, and that is the end of the turn. I think we can do it.
Yay.
I think we can do it on this next turn. We're on to turn number 8. We only have 3 turns left. And we have to flip over a card, and the card is the Jack of Diamonds.
Landslide.
2 random figures. Well, we only have 2, right?
Yeah.
We'll do He-Man's attack first. You are at plus... I'm at +2. You're at even Stevens. You almost rolled that off the table. Let's try that one more time. I'll block it a little bit. All right, so I get a 5. +2 is a 7, but your armor is 10, so he's fine. Now roll one more time for Thundar, and this time I get a 12, and you got to roll that again because it was kind of cocked. And you get a 20, so Thundar is fine. That's the end of the turn. We're on to turn number 9. There's no flies left on the table, so our heroes can move. We'll start with He-Man.
Yep.
Is going to move to here. The question becomes, he's within 3 inches. Do we run to get him off the table?
Yes, because even if he falls, he's off the table.
All right. Well, this is an important roll, so roll it over here. I'm going to roll for the... No, you make a climb check. You got to get a 9 or better. A 3 means he failed by 6. He takes 6 points of damage and tumbles, boom, 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 6 points, 6 inches down the table. So I'll have to check. He may start the next fight with 6 damage. Oh. The good news is our hero here, Thundar, is 6 inches from the edge of the table. So he's going to be able to escape, and that will be the end of the scenario. At least as far as the tabletop is concerned, but stay tuned, because we got to figure out what happened to Ukla the Mock. You know, fortunately, Wheels Ariel there, little Speedy Gonzalez for us, Mimi, booked off the table, so she's unharmed. But we got to find out what happened to Ukla. For experience, we get 2 experience for each giant fly killed. We get 5 for each fly hole sealed. Did we seal any fly holes?
No.
Okay, did we get each hero that exited the table, we get 2 experience?
Yep, and we got 3.
So that's 6. Did we map the stairs?
No.
Oh, wait a minute, no. Choose one figure that was not reduced to 0 health, make a navigation roll. So who's our best navigator? Thundar, here we go. Roll this, and we're looking for, well, actually I'll just roll it here so we can see it, okay? I need to make a toughness number 8. This is +3. And I got a 21, as you can see. So we mapped the stairs. Yay! That means we get 8 more experience. And then did we recover a love letter?
No.
That's one of the special events that if we'd drawn one of the red queens, we would have got that 8 experience. But, oh no, wait. It's a corpse. You got to make a perception roll. That's the red 10. If we had drawn a red 10, then we would have had a shot at it. Yeah. So we did leave quite a few experience points on the board. If we had sealed all 3 fly holes, that would be another 15, but it just wasn't in the cards for us.
It's fine.
So the first thing we need to do is check to see what happens to our dear friend Ukla the Mock. Roll a d20 right here where the people can see it, and we check against this table here. On a 13, we made a...
full recovery.
All right, so he will come back in the next scenario. I looked ahead. They all come back with full health. That's nice. Then we can do our experience. For our experience, we killed a total of 9 flies for 18 experience points. Plus we mapped the stairs for another 8, plus another 6 because we had 3 companions survive. So that's 14 plus 18 is another 32 experience. Our ranger goes from 348 to 380 experience. He doesn't go up a level, so he doesn't get any new abilities. But we need to check the companion progression. It says here, every time a companion reaches a scenario without having been reduced to 0 health, it gains 2 progression points. That's He-Man and Ariel. If it died, it only gains 1. So that means Ariel is going to go to 11, Ukla goes to 9, and He-Man goes to, I think it's 10. At 10 progression points, our companions gain 1 health. That means the lovely and talented Princess Ariel now has a health of 13. He-Man now has a health of 15. And if we can get him 1 more point, then Ukla will go to 15. But that's not going to happen this time. So that's it for this adventure. The flight down the stairs, of stumbling and a bumbling and swatting at the flies. Tune in next week for the next adventure.
Swampland. Spoiler alert, it looks like this. But until then, I'm praying for you.